Aries, I feel like you're at a crossroads right now between emotional security and emotional vulnerability. You have been working really, really heavily upon solidifying your emotions within yourself. And I really feel like now is the time to really show the world all that you have been working on, Aries. I feel like you have to surrender, or you should, I should say, surrender your inner child right now, Aries. Because, Aries, when we show our emotional vulnerability to people, people tend to take us a little bit more serious. People tend to look at us as someone who carries convictions. Now, granted, there are people out there that will attempt to manipulate you in terms of your emotional vulnerability. But remember, Aries, you have that fire in you, and you don't need anyone's help to, you know, go after someone. But at the same time, Aries, you've been really, really working on your emotional side. And it's now or never in terms of offering up to the world and showing the world that soft side of you. Because it's in there. You just are very choosy when you would like to show it and when you like to present it and exhibit it. But at the same time, Aries, all that you've been working on in terms of your emotional security, you've achieved it. And it's in you. It's a conviction now. And Aries, you have to think of it like this. Because you have emotional security within yourself, you should have no problem being emotionally vulnerable. Because then no one can really hurt you at the end of the day because you're secure within your emotions, Aries. You've been working on this, and it's time to really release it now to show the world what's truly inside. So, Taurus, 10 of discs in reverse, huh? Whenever I see that, my immediate inclination is to understand or to try to kind of wrap my head around what's up with the lack of commitment, Taurus. That's really what I'm seeing here. And you also came up here with the Hierophant in reverse in your own reading, but in reverse. So I feel, Taurus, that it is now time, and I believe that this moon is really asking something serious of you in terms of committing to something, Taurus. Committing to that one thing that you have been putting off, and to really face and conquer that fear, Taurus, that has been welling up inside you. And you have strength there as well. So you have the strength within you, Taurus, to actually make this happen. And you can make this happen, and you have the strength to not only approach it, to conquer it, and also to really make a difference, Taurus. Make a difference within yourself, and make a difference around the people that you socialize with in your social circles, Taurus. That strength is there, you have it. But when I see strength here, but then the lack of commitment here, and then you come up in your own reading in reverse, there's something missing, Taurus. There really is. And I feel like there's an element or an aspect of believing in yourself. Even though strength is here, absolutely. But I really feel like it's really your boundary lines, Taurus. I know they're strong and I know they're there. But sometimes, Taurus, we need to extend our boundary lines. We need to look past certain aspects and certain things, Taurus, in order to gain happiness. And you want happiness, I can see it here. Taurus, this is the time where you need to now stand in your truth and stand in your convictions and actually take that step forward. Even though, Taurus, you may not understand or know what the outcome is going to be, but that's okay because you have the strength there. It's going to help you. And it's going to keep you from making any possible mistakes. But Taurus, if we don't make mistakes, we don't learn. And therefore, if we don't learn through our mistakes, we then don't and can't build convictions. We don't learn those lessons as to which solidifies your own inner security. So, Taurus, I believe the time is now to really make that commitment that you've been deterring from making, or the commitment of any type, whatever it may be for you today. But I really do feel, Taurus, that it's time to make that commitment now. It's either now or never, and I believe that it's time now. Gemini, there is so much inner strength that you possess, and you know it's there, and you know you have it, Gemini. But I feel like sometimes it's a little bit difficult, or you find it a little bit difficult to communicate that and to express yourself, Gemini. And I feel like at the same time, you see your environment tends to sometimes be a little bit rocky. It tends to be a little bit unpredictable. Now, if we have an unpredictable environment, how do we have strength? Or how do we develop strength? You know, it's through those unpredictabilities, through those trials and tribulations, that's how we develop the strength, Gemini. But at the same time, it's a little bit difficult for you to verbalize this. It's a little bit difficult for you to actually talk about certain things, or how you have arrived at strength, or the experiences that brought you to this point or to this precipice. And I feel, Gemini, that it is now time, this moon is asking you to be a little bit more verbal with exhibiting that strength and showing people what you're really made of in terms of your experiences. Because there's so much about you, Gemini, that you don't tell people. And we all have our own private sectors of life, of course. But there's a lot of lessons learned, Gemini, that you can help a lot of people through your experiences and through your own trials and tribulations and what you have conquered and manifested because of them. And I really feel, Gemini, like you're going to see that people around you are going to look at you differently. And it's not really anything that has to do with pity, because I know you're probably thinking that, but it has nothing to do with the pity, Gemini. What it is the more you practice upon verbalizing your strengths, the more that you be comfortable with it, and the more that people understand you. Because sometimes, Gemini, you kind of may expect, it's a possibility that you expect sometimes people to be a mind reader, Gemini. And it's hard for people to even kind of conclude or come to an educated conclusion as to how to approach you or how to maybe work with you if you don't vocalize it. You don't vocalize your strengths and also your vulnerabilities as well. Because if you have so much strength, and I really see that you do, but Gemini, if you have all this strength inside, it's there. But all of that strength, why aren't we using it and really applying it? It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay, you're going to make mistakes. It's part of the process. It's part of the path. But Gemini, I believe that it's now or never regarding really verbalizing it and really stepping outside of your comfort zone and really helping other people along the way as best and as much as you can. And I feel, Gemini, like when you experience this and when you see how many people you're helping, you're really going to feel good inside. And I believe that that's when your Queen of Coins will then be upright, because then you'll maintain a certain type or a certain environment that you want and see set. But you must be the change that you require, Gemini, and it starts with verbalizing. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. You're still holding on to that one thing, huh? I can see it. But, Cancer, isn't it becoming debilitating though? You know how much energy it takes to hold on to something and to be so ambitious sometimes? Ambition can lead to debilitation, Cancer. And I really feel here like it leads to making the unnecessary or the wrong decision sometimes. And I really see here too, Cancer, that you're having a bit of trouble combining your feminine and your masculine side together and finding that happy medium. Because I feel like once that is somewhat achieved, or once that there is a medium that is established within you, Cancer, I feel like that's when you are going to be able to manifest those things that you would like to. But I can see here with the Nine of Wands that you're really holding on to it still. whatever that may be for you. We all have different circumstances and situations, but it's all pretty much the same thing at the end of the day. And I really feel, Cancer, that there's only so you can only hold on for so long, Cancer. But it's already affecting your decisions. It's affecting your equilibrium within yourself, and it's also affecting how you manifest your plans and your ideals. And Cancer, it's not like you to not be friendly with people. It's not like you to deter people away from you or to keep people at arm's length, Cancer. We should change this ambition that leads to debilitation to ambition that leads to freedom and manifestation and happiness, Cancer. I believe that this moon is asking you to really release it once and for all, Cancer. Come to conclusions with it. And I'm really picking up acceptance as well here. Cancer, it's really, really becoming a problem now. You have to let it go, Cancer. You have to move forward and walk through the door of value. Leo, Leo, Leo the Lion. I can see here that you have really, really good cards. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands upright with the Ten of Cups. Okay, watch out now. But, there's always a but, right? But, comma. I can really see here, Leo, that you have made other people happy, possibly. Or you have you strive to make other people happy. And yeah, it's pretty good, Leo. But the only thing is, why are we still searching for the right words to communicate or the right way to communicate? And why are we still searching for, trying to search in terms of understanding your creativity and how you can apply it and your sense of power? Now, when I say power, it just means your influence upon people and situations, upon, person, place, or thing. But I can see here that, Leo, there's something that has to do with really understanding what this Ten of Cups is. Now, I'm not doubting that it's great. It is. But is it really yours, Leo? Did you really put all the work in to achieve that? Was it, what I'm getting at, Leo, is have you made all the best decisions for you, Leo? Did you do all the things that you wanted to do, or that have you said everything that you have wanted to say? Or was it maybe more just kind of obliging the other person or the other party or the person, place, or thing in question here? There's a lot of learning, Leo, that has to come, and still to come, I can see here. A lot of learning, Leo, regarding how your words affect you and other people, and also how your power affects you and other people as well. But other than that, Leo, great cards. But this Ten of Cups is, it's a little questionable with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands here. Really go deep within, Leo. I believe that this moon is asking you to really go deep within and to really see, are you really, really happy? Or are you happy for someone else? Or are you happy for someone else's happiness? But is that enough for you, Leo? I believe this moon is really asking you to take a look at that aspect within your life and to really come to terms with, is it really a Ten of Cups or maybe a Nine of Cups? Leo, you have a lot of inner work to do, I still see here. Not a lot, but there's still more to do and there's still more to learn, Leo. Because it's all about surrendering, But just when you believe you surrendered enough, you then have to surrender more, Leo. Viggity, viggity, Virgo. All right, so the center card with the little feather and the ink, I call that the blank card of this deck. So, yeah, it's a blank card. But Virgo, I mean, the High Priestess reversed with the Hierophant reversed. What's going on, Virgo? I'm feeling, Virgo, like some things have maybe come to light and other people have maybe recognized some things about you that maybe can be viewed, or maybe you view them as unfavorable, Virgo. But do we ask the other party, person, place, or thing, if they feel the same way? Or are we kind of up in our head, Virgo, with those ruminating thoughts that other people don't even begin to even think of, nor even possibly do those thoughts run through people's heads, Virgo? You're the master of analyzation, but it can be to a detriment sometimes, Virgo. And I really feel here that it's time to reestablish your boundary lines, and it's also time to reestablish some of your convictions, to overlook and look at your convictions, whether they hinder you or whether they propel you to move forward within your life. And I really feel that with the High Priestess reversed here, like some things are about to come out if they haven't. And I think that people are starting to catch on, Virgo, to some of your inhibitions, some of your quirkiness, some of your quips. And this is not necessarily a bad thing, Virgo, but don't beat yourself up for it. Your card was just pulled. No pun intended, you know? But at the same time, Virgo, it's important to also understand that, you may not criticize individuals, or you may not kind of, judge them in a sense, or develop a strong opinion about other people, and you may not verbalize it, but it's in your head, Virgo. And other people may verbalize certain things about you, but you can be uncomfortable with that, Virgo, if you do that, but just in a silent manner. And I believe that this moon, Virgo, is asking you to look past some of those petty surface opinions that we develop, It's time to really give people a chance and to look at their soul and to really look at who they are in their entirety, not just, based upon your imagination or your fathoms of who they are. How about you find out, Virgo, who they can or could be? You must give people a chance, Virgo. And when they show you their true colors, then of course believe them. But Virgo, are you really showing people your true colors by keeping everything in and having those thoughts within your head, Virgo? You really have to get out of your head, Virgo. It's really, really affecting your life. You'll get it one day. You'll achieve it. And I believe that this moon is bringing certain aspects and certain things to light, where people are going to see you in a different light now, which is then going to cause you to then be on the receiving end of things, But you're strong, Virgo. You'll figure it out. But it's time to change the way that we think, Virgo, and how we process our emotions and how we really form our opinions. But Virgo, if we don't want to be part of the crew in terms of maybe the laughing stock, I hate to use such a strong word, but you know what I mean, then we shouldn't concern ourselves with the one thing we protest against, Virgo. Libra scales. So you and Virgo both got the blank card in the center. The little card there with the feather and the ink. Yeah, I look or consider that as a blank card of this deck here. But overall, Libra, there are some serious changes coming. Coming if they haven't yet. But there are some serious changes coming, Libra. And I'm glad to see that you're not fighting them off, or you're not trying to avoid the inevitable, which is great. But unfortunately, Libra, these changes, or this change, is going to cause some people to be removed from your life, Libra. And I know that that's a little hard for you to process, or for you to kind of swallow, But it's for the best, Libra. And it's really meant to be. It's part of the evolution of your soul. Sometimes we have to let people go, Libra, in order for us to grow and in order for them to grow. Because it's not right for us to impede upon anyone's personal growth, let alone our own. So we must realize, Libra, that change is good. Maybe a little bit uncomfortable at first, but change is good, especially with the Tower card there. Change is a must. It's inevitable. But you know, Libra, unconditional love is not impeding, like I said, upon someone's growth. Unconditional love, Libra, is knowing when to let go. Scorpio, Scorpio, you are the fool during this time. Scorpio, there is you don't have bad cards. The Seven of Swords is kind of worrying me a little bit, but I'm looking at your little spread here, and Scorpio, you're on your way. If not, you're already there with the Ten of Pentacles or the Ten of Coins. Really, really nice, Scorpio. But I feel like there are still some people within your environment that are there for the wrong reasons, Scorpio. Now, you know, don't get super paranoid and consider or look at everyone as suspect here. But with along with the Fool, Scorpio, comes on blind faith, you know? And I believe that it's taken you a long time to reach this Ten of Pentacles and to really come to the precipice of having that or of obtaining it. But still, Scorpio, I feel like there are just some people that are lingering around the corner that are not necessarily that don't have your best intentions at heart, you know? There are definitely some people, Scorpio, around you that will possibly take you for granted. And Scorpio, you know, your emotions run very deep, and sometimes it's hard for you to even understand your emotions. And the fact that I see the Fool card here shows a great step forward, and shows a great step forward, and also shows the strength that you possess. And it also shows that you're willing to take risks. But we also have to take risks, Scorpio, in terms of letting certain people go within our life. I'm kind of starting to conclude, Scorpio, that maybe you can be a little bit detrimental to your Ten of Coins at times as well. But you'll figure it out, Scorpio. You always do. Stay strong and know that you never know what comes around the corner, but still, Scorpio, leave some room in your heart for the unimaginable, Scorpio, and the rest will follow suit. So, Sagittarius, you're finally ready to talk about that thing, right? Or that aspect or that situation with those people. I can see it. It's here. But, Sag, well, you were putting up the fight or the deterrence to not do this upon that given instance. Those people may have been ready, Sag, to talk about it. But since you weren't ready, and that's fine. We all come around when we're ready. But, Sag, we can't expect people to jump when we say jump, or to ask how high when we say jump. It doesn't work like that, Sag. And, unfortunately, maybe experiencing some of this, uncertainty in terms of you asking yourself, are you saying like, well, I'm ready to move on. How come no one else wants to move on when I didn't want to move on and then everyone else wants to move on or wanted to move on? Well, Sag, it's because everyone has already moved past, you know? And you may have been a little bit stubborn when it came to this person, place, or thing, whatever it is for you today. But Sag, I can see that it's really affecting your security. It's really affecting how you are viewing people. It's really affecting how you are approaching new and permanent relationships, Sag. I can see that the intention's good there with the Queen of Wands. It's beautiful. But at the same time, sometimes the Queen of Wands can be a little bit too forceful. The Queen of Wands knows what she wants, and she knows how to get it, and she doesn't take no for an answer. Now, just because it's a queen doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a woman. It can be a man as well. It's just what the type of vibe the card embodies. But Sag, You may be ready now, but other people probably were ready before you were. And unfortunately, Sag, when we hold on to things and when we keep that anger or that resentment at the fore of our mind, it creates a block. And sometimes we wear rose-colored glasses manufactured by yourself, or from yourself. But Sag, things will turn around. This is all a learning experience. You'll be fine. It's just that, Sag, I must ask you, was the tenacious need or the tenacious requirement to hold on to this or to hold on to that anger or resentment, is it really, really, and was it really, really worth it, Sag? So, Capricorn, very interesting tri-spread here. The Fool in the center, Nine of Swords reversed, and Eight of Swords upright. Capricorn, what's going on here? I feel Capricorn like there was a digression, Maybe you've come or you have came out of a period of sleepless nights, of no longer allowing yourself to feel and be kind of under duress or under extreme anxiety. I can see that you've released yourself from that, but there's still residuals of it left, Capricorn. The Eight of Swords there. You see that woman right there? She could just walk backwards. There's no swords behind her. She won't get hurt. But with her blindfold down and her head down, she's going to continue to walk forward. Capricorn, it's great that you have the Fool card here. I'm loving it. But at the same time, Cap, you have to realize that sometimes we have to walk backwards in order to move forward, And I'm glad to see you've come or you have came out of the Nine of Swords moment. But there's some residuals left, Cap, that you're going to have to go really deep and see where they lie, where they reside, and why they're there, and why you continue to walk forward into those knives, Capricorn. I believe that this moon is asking you to really take a good look at that and to see that sometimes you can be the cause of your own demise, But the Fool card there is somewhat of a ray of hope, It means that you're ready to look at other aspects or look at things differently from a different perspective or from a different point of view now. But there's still something there, Cap, that you really have to address. And it has nothing to do with anyone else around you or outside of you or externally of you. Capricorn, it's time to really look at that, whatever it may be for you, and to really see that you're walking right into your own swords, Cap. But overall, it's not bad. But just when we're not honest with ourselves, it can be bad. And then that's when we'll walk straight into those swords. Aquarius, Aquarius, it's time to really, really, really see what needs to be changed. You have the World card here reversed. There's something karmic going on here, Aquarius. And ironically enough, you and Capricorn both got the Nine of Swords in the same position and in reverse. Aquarius, there is such a beautiful side of you that is just waiting to emerge. It's right there. It's I'm getting the image, Aquarius, of looking outside, like standing in front of a gate. The gate's in front of you, and you believe that, and you see that it's locked and it's with a chain, but the padlock is not engaged, Aquarius. It's open. It's just like sometimes we tend to kind of look at the bigger picture sometimes instead of the details. And the details are what really matter, Aquarius. And with the Death card here, there's definitely a transformation on its way. I'm glad to see that you are no longer in this Nine of Swords, which is great. But I feel, Aquarius, that you may drift back into the Nine of Swords. It may be somewhat of a delusion a little bit in terms of maybe completely coming to terms with it. Now, if you have, I'm not going to negate that. Congratulations, it's wonderful. But why is the World card reversed? Why is luck not on our side? Why is the universe and God Spirit telling us that the karmic cycle has yet to cease, you know? It's still there, Aquarius, and you'll get through it. But until you really go deep and see what this is, whatever it may be for you that's hindering you and holding you back, it's going to be hard to really transform. But I can see it coming. It's coming. It's really coming. And I must ask you, are you going to be ready for it when it comes, Aquarius? I believe so. But it's time to work on things now so that when certain situations or similar circumstances arise, we won't be so surprised, and we'll also know how to deal with it since we have prior experience with dealing with such issues. But Aquarius, are you ready for this change? When and as it presents itself? Because if we haven't worked on what we need to work on now, currently, it's going to be very, very hard and also very intimidating to work on a transformation in something that is new. Pisces, Pisces, my double fish. Okay, I find it very interesting that you and Aquarius got the Death card, both upright in the same position. There's a transformation there. It's waiting to come. It's literally at your front doorstep. But unfortunately, you have too many padlocks on the door. What are you creating, Pisces? Are you creating something, Pisces, that you appreciate because you want to create it, because you believe in it wholeheartedly and it's kind of a conviction for you? Or are you creating some things, or going through some things, or manifesting some things, whatever it may be for you today, for someone else, Pisces? Is it really for you? And what I also find interesting is on the card in the center, the Three of Discs, look at the hands of that man. I also want to say the woman as well. Yeah. There's the North Node and the South Node. And it really has a lot to do, Pisces, with coming to terms with those areas. You can't allow your South Node to hold you back anymore, even though we retreat to our South Node because it's comfortability. But there's something ever so riveting and ever so comforting about the familiar. But whenever you go through transformation, Pisces, there's nothing familiar about that. But it's coming, the transformation. But you must see what are you not willing to give up? And you must look at that one thing or those things and really take a look at it and ask yourself, are those things that I'm not willing to give up, are they really worth my happiness in achieving the evolution of my soul? And you'll be okay, Pisces. But I just feel you need a little astrology in your life. And I offer the service. I'm more than willing, to work with you on that. But yeah, Pisces, it's time to manifest what you want and what's best for your soul, not for the other person, and not because it makes things a little bit easier, but really believe in yourself, Pisces, to really take that step forward, to really be the change that you require. So overall, as a collective consciousness, what I'm really seeing here is really walking and standing in our truth. And Also deciding, do we want to see our ships come in or someone else's ships come in? Do we want to have that layer of foundation that we built that is firm, that we can build upon it? Or do we want to build it for someone else? And I feel also here with the King of Swords and the Three of Coins, the decision is based upon our truth. King of Swords. The King of Swords is an energy that kind of finds the truth in things. They also rid themselves of their emotions to find the truth and to cut through all the crap, And I really feel like as a collective, it's going to take some time for us to all realize that certain people will leave our life and or leave our lives, I should say. And it's going to be painful. It's not a great experience. But when these people leave our lives, they're meant to leave. Possibly to grow on their own or to go on their own path, and you as well. But we must ask ourselves, the people that are left, are they great? More than likely. But do they help you in certain circumstances? Are they there to pick you up when you fall? Are they there when you can't make a decision or when you feel like you made the wrong decision? Do these people feel like you've done a permanent job? Whenever we make a fool of ourselves, do the people around us really feel like we've made or done a permanent job? I also feel here that we just want to be in the company of other people and be in the company of like-minded individuals. But whenever we ascend or whenever we transform, we are no longer like those individuals, or we no longer are completely and entirely aligned with those individuals. And our faith will be tested. Things will be tested, absolutely. But the threshold needs to be tested. It needs to be tampered with and, poked and prodded. Because that's where we see the weaknesses in things. The weaknesses in our convictions, the weaknesses in others, the weaknesses in everything in general. But I really feel as a collective, it's time to really see what our truth is and come together with those people that support that and are like-minded. And when we don't do that, that's when we don't see our ships coming, and that's when we feel like we can't lay that layer of foundation for ourselves that supports not only us, but that in which we believe wholeheartedly in.